Good morning, viewers. We're just at 7:49 a.m. and welcome back to the Tobago Updates morning show, coming to you here live from the Port Mall in Scarborough, Tobago. We're heading on into our final segment here this morning on the Tobago Updates morning show. And yes, it's that time again, folks. It's that time where we're speaking, it's dinner. You know, that local taste, that local touch. And yes, I'm getting excited because we're speaking about food. All right, we're speaking THTi student dinners, the return that happens tonight. And on set, we have with us Zion Williams, and he's the student head chef of the Tobago Hospitality and Tourism Institute, and Josiah Quettelle, and he's the student sous chef this morning. Good morning to you, gentlemen, and welcome.
Good morning. Good morning.
All right, so as we get the conversation started, I dive in right in. We're speaking THTi student dinners, and it gets started tonight. Tell us a little bit about what persons can expect.
Okay, well, my name is Zion Williams. Good morning, everyone, and good morning. I would start off by saying that the THTi student dinners, they convey an energy of international taste, cuisine. We bring a lot of those fusion dishes, a lot of those exotic dishes that you won't find here. We bring them in our student dinners and display for the guests to have a little taste of the world.
All right, excellent. What has your experience been like? Because I know this is not your first year being involved. How has that been over the years, and the kind of support generally that would be received?
Well, as the executive or the head chef, I would say that it's a lot of responsibilities, a lot of delegation of tasks, and a lot of coordination would be encouraged and required to fill this position. But I found that communication is a very important skill in the kitchen, especially. And when you work with a team, and you all get the tasks done, and you learn a lot from each other.
All right. Josiah, tell me a little bit about the experience for you as a student sous chef, you know, in terms of the highs, the lows, what are you excited about?
Well, before we got into this international cuisine class, we would have volunteered before for our previous year two's student dinners, so we will have that kind of experience. That's why our peers basically puts us up for head chef and sous chef.
Right.
So that was an experience in itself. So we basically had that previous knowledge in before to carry out the task.
All right. So I know generally, from what I can recall, I haven't been as yet, but from what I can recall from the promotion and advertising, we go around the world. Where are we going to tonight in terms of the focus for the menu?
Well, tonight we are going for a taste of Asia and Africa. You can check our website at THTi Tobago. And we are having a dinner tonight for 6:30, 6:30, right. Taste of Africa and Asia.
All right, good. And I'm going to ask them to pull up those menus for me that we have online as we speak Asia and Africa in terms of giving persons a real taste. What's the start time that's happening tonight, and what's the cost?
So the cost of entry is $350. That's right. The entry. You will be entitled to a complimentary drink, and 6:30 p.m. is when we begin.
We also have specials, so 2 persons will get, if you come in a group of 2, you will get a 10% discount.
What about if I come more than 2, 4 and up?
4 and up, we have a 25% discount. So this is basically a one-of-a-kind offer. Nowhere in Tobago it has this 5-course menu with $350.
No way.
All right.
It's a...
And I want you all to take us through a little bit. I'm seeing on the screen the Asian menu first. Who's going to start us off with the Asian menu?
All right, so I'll begin us on the soup. We have a mandu soup with a gok savory. This is a Korean soup, is a dumpling soup. The gok is actually the dumplings, and the mandu is the broth.
Right, okay. Nice. Let's dive straight to the appetizer. Mind you, I want to go straight to the main meal, but let's...
all right.
Yeah, in terms of what do you have on the lineup?
Okay, so we also have Vietnamese spring rolls with a unique peanut sauce, crispy rice with spicy smoked salmon, really interested in that one, a house salad tailored by our house chefs, For our entrees, we have a pad thai with a curry ikan and the General Tso's paneer with deep fried cauliflower and a sweet potato mash.
So the concept is that we can get a taste of Asia, right? And this is actually a 5-course
Yes, this is
meal
a
that's happening for
fully
only
comprehensive. Only
$350.
$350.
Wow. Okay,
Fully
good. And
comprehensive.
reminding persons that you have the opportunity, 2 or more persons as a discount that's happening tonight
10%.
for 10% discount. And if you come with 4 or more, so if you're coming with that larger family or you're coming with friends, how much do you get off?
You get a 25% discount from the $350.
All right, excellent. And we want to see as well let's pull up on screen the other menu for the lineup there that's taking place, which is the African menu, because tonight is a taste of Africa and Asia. All right, and the lineup on the Africa menu. Tell us a little bit about this.
Right. So for the African menu, we have an egusi soup, a traditional African soup. It's hearty beef. It has beef curry. It usually has like fish, crayfish, and other stuff, but we're trying to keep it simple. For the house salad, same with beetroot and crispy fried plantains. For the entrees, we have a peanut African goat stew. So that is a first for most persons as well to get that kind of taste of that international cuisine. So yeah, and the dessert as well, we have a plantain parfait. It usually is more of a, usually seen as a banana parfait, but we try to infuse it with local crops.
All right, excellent. Tell me a little bit specifically, who are these dinners catered to in terms of your target audience? You're looking at families, couples. I mean, just give us an idea based on your experience over time. Who is your target for the dinner?
So the target will be those persons who looking for that extra or not looking for the norm basically, so that I don't know, and widen their palate, experience some new stuff, you know.
You know, that you wouldn't usually find in Tobago local cuisine. We try to provide it. We try to provide a unique flavor profile for those who seek that, you know, that exotic taste, that foreign taste. We aim to provide that at the top of the meal restaurant at Hotel School.
So would you say that this has been an excellent addition to this, it's the international cuisine class, as part of the mechanism? Because I know this only started like a few years ago, really adding this element. How has it been, you know, particularly for you all as students, having this kind of practical engagement with what you're learning in the classroom, and not just practical to prepare for teachers or those, you know, persons that may assess, but practical in the sense of you're really getting Tobago and those visitors to come take a taste. How has that experience been for you?
I would say it has been a wonderful experience. It has been an eye-opener as to how vast the world really is. International cuisine class has taught me so much. I mean, you see so much content on the media that, you know, you always wonder, what does this taste like? What does this look like? But it's a really different experience, putting your hand in the dish and tangibly creating something from scratch. That is why food is so amazing. And as it pertains to the Tobago, bringing it to Tobago, I find it's amazing because it really broadens the horizons, especially for the locals, as it pertains to food from around the world. Chef Sonia has taught us a lot, and being volunteers, Josiah, myself, and our group have volunteered for previous events.
Yes.
And the student dinners in particular have been a great addition to the overall culinary experience provided at THTi.
Excellent. Josiah, tell us a little bit about your experience.
So with my experience, it has made me grow as a person. So seeing all these things and learning, it's all new to me. So that's
moved beyond words.
yeah,
You see, he's thinking there's so many things happening all at once, and you're wondering. Gentlemen, I'd like you to share with us, what's the process like in terms of being identified for student head chefs, you know, students, sous chefs? Is it that the teacher, based on the expertise and observing the class, does the selection, the class comes together? How does it work?
So, well, Chef Sonia gave us the opportunity within our peers. She grouped us, and within our peers, we had to decide who would be chef, head chef and sous chef and chef de parties throughout the kitchen. And we also had to delegate someone for front of house and decor so that they can basically be in charge of that part.
So that there's a full involvement of the class in this
So that
initiative.
one group will be in charge of the front of house and one group in the back of house. So, and alternating throughout all the events throughout international cuisine.
All right, excellent. Tell us, so I know that tonight is the start in terms of how long does it run for? Until?
It runs until...
Starts at 6:30.
Right.
And it ends at 9 p.m. Tonight is the end of the student dinner, Taste of Asia and Africa.
Right, so tonight is Taste of Asia and Africa, and then I know it goes into, is it the next 2 months? You have also got one in November and December?
Correct.
We have a lot of events. We have wine tastings, we have afternoon teas and brunches coming up as well. So
all of this is happening up at Top of the Mill restaurant?
Yes, a lot of events, student events.
All right, excellent. And again, based on the information I'm seeing coming in, there's also November 6th, 16th, which is going to be Taste of Europe, and December the 7th is going to be a Taste of the Americas. But for tonight only, from 6:30 p.m., you have the opportunity, which is a Taste of Africa and Asia, and it's happening right up there at Top of the Mill restaurant. Gentlemen, just remind us again the discounts that are available, because I want to make sure persons hear about the discounts so that they know. Head up there, head on up this evening to ensure that you're able to benefit from this. Just remind us about the discounts again.
So the discounts we have, if you come with 2 persons, you get a 10% discount each on the cost, and 4 persons and more, 25% discount. So
all right, excellent. So you're starting from an advantageous point. Go ahead.
Inclusive of a complimentary drink, non-alcoholic, of course.
All right, excellent. So I just want to get from you personally, gentlemen, before we wrap this morning, you're also speaking here to the potential student that may have an interest and wondering if this is for me. You know, I've always been in the kitchen and I've had that passion. Where did it start for you? Tell us.
Okay, so me, I recently developed this passion for cuisine, for fine dining, and it really started when I came out of secondary school. I wasn't really sure where I was going from here, and I found that a lot of students find themselves questioning, where do I go now? What do I do? A lot of students not really interested in pursuing tertiary education for the sole purpose of studies and books, and I can understand, I can relate. However, the culinary journey, I found that my passion began when I started to cook eggs. Funny enough, eggs and ramen. Just combining the taste of the yolks, the runny yolks in my ramen noodles, it was amazing. And just to think that food is so versatile, so much creation can take place as men creating. It's a very unique experience, and one that's only found in the kitchen. I wouldn't say that this industry is for everyone. It's a very demanding, it's a very time consuming, it's a very labor intensive industry. But you learn a lot, and I believe that when you put that skill under your belt, you can really become a great person.
Yeah, I'm hearing you speaking, and I'm just thinking I'm sitting at a restaurant eating, and the chef is waiting for you there to give that feedback based on the meal that's provided. Just tell me a little bit about your experience, your motivation and inspiration for getting involved.
Well, I basically grew up in the kitchen, well, with my parents and stuff like that. But I basically, further down the line, going into secondary school, I fall into music. So I kind of strayed from the cooking basically, but I always wanted to get back into it. So as soon as I finished, I saw THTi, and that was like my opportunity to get some industry experience. But my advice to persons wanting to come to THTi, I'd say try it, because you never know. I mean, you're still young, so even persons that you will say older in the industry, we have a lot of short courses as well for them to try baking, food arts, so stuff like that. So, as you said, having the skills and 90 belt is a real advance.
All right. Any age limits, or your classes are generally a wide age group, from young, middle age, no age limit? Tell us a little bit about that.
We don't really have any age limits. We have persons with children, 50s, 40s. We don't really have any age limits.
So, folks, it's for everyone, because I know you're
Everyone.
looking at the two gentlemen here and saying, oh, gosh, these young gentlemen, I might feel as though I don't fit into the class. The class is wide, it's varying, it's open to all up there at THTi. And in fact, you get the best opportunity to take that mix as early as tonight to make that connection. So, gentlemen, I'd remind us again what's on tonight, the time, where do persons need to head to, and why is it a must-attend event?
Okay, so tonight we have a Taste of Asia and Africa unique to this month only. We begin at 6:30 p.m. straight to 9 p.m. You'll be finding unique tastes from Asia and from Africa, not from Tobago, Trinidad, Jamaica, from Asia and Africa across the board.
All right, Josiah, why is it a must-attend event?
It is a must-attend event because if it is that, I mean, it's a seal of a deal, first of all, but you all who want that fine dining experience and a unique experience, you should really come and experience this event, honestly.
All right, excellent. So thank you very much there again, Zion Williams, a student head chef here out of THTi, and Josiah Quettelle, student sous chef. And I'm seeing quick question coming in before we close. Tell us a little bit about the distinction with a head chef versus a sous chef. I'll start with you.
So the head chef position, you'll find yourself a lot delegating tasks, coordinating the workflow of the kitchen. You will find yourself dealing with prep, not just hands-on, but ensuring that your whole team has control over the prep experience. You will find yourself coordinating the kitchen. When it comes to service, you'll be bringing in the orders, you'll be taking the orders from your expediter, which is who will take the orders from the front of house, where the waiters are, to the back of house, which is where the kitchen is. As the executive chef, I found myself learning a lot about my peers, because it's team coordinated. You know, you have to work a lot with your team. And I would say working in this international cuisine class has taught me a lot, especially being executive chef, a lot of responsibilities that you must take up.
All right, excellent. Josiah, sous chef. What's that?
Responsibilities of a sous chef is basically the second in command of the head chef.
Right.
He relates to me as to, well, I relate to him as to what the operations of the kitchen are. I will basically run the hotline, so be in charge of making sure everybody is at the station doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing at all times. When he's expediting the orders, I'm making sure that, well, all the orders are supposed to go out at a certain time and stuff like that.
So you're ensuring that the ground is covered totally between you in terms of the full operations. Yeah. All right, folks, so it's a reminder once again, excellent opportunity to support our students here out at the Tobago Hospitality and Tourism Institute. The student dinner starts tonight, not tomorrow, not next week, tonight. It takes place tonight from 6:30 p.m. Happening up there at the Top of the Mill restaurant. Up at the THTi, so you're invited to head on out. Remember, if it's 2 or more persons, you get a 10% discount. If it's 4 or more persons, you get 25% off, and that's your opportunity. Tonight is a taste of Africa and a taste of Asia, and most certainly, yep, there's also a complimentary drink. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. So we certainly want you to take the opportunity, ensure that you make the call. What's the number for persons to book reservations and to connect? You can just pull back up the flyer as well on screen. Is it that persons can just show up from about 6:30, 6 o'clock in terms of reservation? Sorry, yes, folks, there might be limited spaces at this point. Go ahead.
However, walk-ins are accepted and they are encouraged, because it inspires the back of house to deal with unanticipated problems. So I would encourage you all to walk in. $250, 5-course meal, complimentary drink, taste of Asia and Africa. Fully encouraged.
All right, good. And we're seeing the contact information coming in here. It's 725-9043. That's 725-9043. And it's Top of the Mill Restaurant, International Cuisine Student Dinners. Back, and we get started from tonight at 6:30 p.m. So thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us here on set, representing the Tobago Hospitality and Tourism Institute. And viewers, we want to thank you so much for continuing to choose the Tobago Updates morning show and for connecting with us here this morning. I'm saying bye-bye for now. We will see you tomorrow again. But remember to stay tuned because we're heading straight on into Tobago Notes, followed by GMT. Bye-bye, folks.